the CEO of the largest athletic footwear brand is retiring, and this was a big news in my industry. And why do I care? Because I work in the footwear manufacturing industry, and this is a huge news. And I think the brand has been one of the most influential brand in footwear and in the athletic wardrobe as well, and it is being regarded the most influential in turn, and also its logo and its slogans usually become a lifestyle. And the retirement of the current CEO was not a surprise, because for the past few years this brand has been suffering greatly for decline. It is still the best and the biggest, the GOAT in the industry. However, in the past, the post-pandemic era, it is losing market share. It is losing confidence from investors, and also losing some of the trust of the employees. And it all started from COVID, right? During COVID, everybody's locked down. Everybody is at home, so the online sales boom, right? And this brand, their products sell so well, they started the direct consumer channel, so people can just buy things from the internet. And this is good in terms of profit and profit margin, because you're cutting the middleman, and also because consumers trust this brand, so they could buy things just from the internet without even trying it on. And also some of the best selling items are iconic models that have been in sales for more than a few decades. So these are popular, and they change the colorway, they change the design, so they change the colors, so people would just continue to buy them from the internet. And the CEO thought, hey, this is a good business model because people are still buying our stuff, and then why don't we just cut out the middlemen, the retailers, the wholesalers, and because they take a greater share of the profit we make, right? I mean, usually it's more than like 50% of the retail price. So they cut they eliminated the collaboration with these major resellers and wholesalers, especially in the United States. And but when the pandemic is over and people started physical shopping, right, and they found, hey, where are the shoes of this greatest brand, right? And the shelf spaces were occupied by some other smaller brands, the brands who are smaller but more innovative and with newer design, fresher look for the consumers. And suddenly that was this turning point of the change. And also people are looking for newer ideas, they're looking for innovation, and the brand, the biggest brand, was so comfortable because they thought if they the product sell like hotcakes during the pandemic, even without infusing some greater innovations. And they thought, hey, maybe we can work from home and we can continue to sell our stuff even without trying hard to lead the industry. Yeah, the brand was the industry leader for many of the breakthrough products and technologies. It was on the throne of innovation in footwear, athletic footwear. They were there's very high reputation, but they got comfortable post-COVID, and also given all the quarrels or the reasoning that you can stay at home and the business was still booming. And that was a misconception that people think this is going to last forever. But after the pandemic and after the shelf spaces have been occupied by other brands, and that was like very dramatic, like sabotaging the brand's growth. It is still the biggest, it's still growing, but with a smaller and much slower speed. And fundamentally, I think, the footwear or the wardrobe, your clothing, these are something that you wanted to try it on. Think about the shoes. It's got the left and right, and everybody's got slightly different size left and maybe even shape of your left foot and right foot, and it's got like 17 or more sizes, right? It is actually very complicated. So that's why when you want to buy a pair of shoes, usually you go out and you go to the store and with the assistance of the sales clerk, and then you try it on and see if it fits well, see if you feel comfortable, and you want to touch the footwear is a physical product, and you want to touch it, you want to feel it, you want to look at it cosmetically. If you like and enjoy the design, if you really are walking and running comfortably in that shoes, right? So that is so fundamental. This shouldn't be forgotten, that you're selling something that people wear on their foot, on their feet. And these are, imagine having a day, going through a day with a pair of shoes that feel terrible, feel like something like a stone inside the shoes the entire day, right? So comfort for shoes are so important, so crucial elements for a comfort of a person feels, the consumer feels throughout the day. So that's why we're very, really careful when we're choosing a pair of shoes, because everybody's foot the feet are different, and also the shoe design, they have different lasts, right? Lasts are just basically fake feet, just to create this 3D structure so they can wrap the upper and bottom around these lasts. So in my industry, the lasts are widely different. Maybe you are Asian, or you're Caucasian, or you are European, and or African, and then your feet are fundamentally different. Your feet shape, length, and geometry are different. So many shoes have different models. Shoe models use different lasts. So that is why it is so important that you physically try it on and see if they fit for you, right? That is the fundamental truth that won't change for footwear, especially athletic footwear. It is more like lifestyle. It is also about sports. So you want to be very comfortable, and you want to have very good support and functionalities in enhancing your performance. And that is one thing. And the second thing is that innovation. Consumers are always looking for something that's more exciting, something that's game-changing, right? Especially athletic footwear. It is not just about sports. It is also about making a statement. It is all about your self-image, your personal brand, your personal image. So if you continue to sell things that are not new, are not innovative, if you just change slightly the colorway, you just change small things, the consumer will feel it. They will see your lack of innovation, and they will just discard you. So the reputation and the consumer's identification would go down because you're not moving forward, and that is come out with a surprise, because the brand has an image that it is always going forward. It is always fighting and trying new things, exploring new things. But the consumers see them as a lack of innovation. They're slowing down. They're slowing down and being less and less creative. And that is why when the consumer's recognition started to change, the brand is on the decrease, is on the decline. And so today's announcement of the changing of the CEO is actually could be a pivotal moment where it is signifying to the investor, to the world, that I know the brand has been trying to recover and trying to promote innovation, trying to reestablish these relationships with the retailers, but maybe it already caused such a epic fail, and maybe the consumers and the investors want changes more dramatically, faster, and more responsive. And so that is the news. That's why the news came out, and that's why the organization change came out today. So I think, to wrap it up, I think fundamentally, if you are selling physical objects, you're selling consumer goods, and more often than that, especially the footwear is very personal, right? If you're selling personal items, then you must not forget that you need to create this environment for the consumer to get in touch and feel and look at it and feel the products in their hand. They try it and they will like it. And so don't ever lose your visual spaces where you can display your products, physical display your products to the consumers. And I think the second key takeaway is that never stop innovating. Never stop innovating. Look at the consumer devices, the gadgets. They're trying to innovate and change and bring new ideas into their iteration of their products every year. New functions, new design, new colorways, and that's how you keep the consumers. Because you're not selling something that is like a household items that you use it like screwdriver or like a pair of scissors. You buy them for solely utilitarian purposes, but you buy a pair of shoes not just to wear to be comfortable or to walk, right? You wanted to show that you embrace some kind of ideology. You want to show what you trust in. Yeah, that's the truth. So just think about that from the consumer's perspective. Just if you make these consumer items, just make sure you are infusing new ideas, new breakthroughs, and especially when these brands are so tightly with the culture, sports culture and also sports games and so on. And you want to instill this notion that you are on the path, continue changing, continue to innovate, and not just say it, just show it and prove it with the products you deliver to the world.